Hey everybody, Al Puglisi Trains, and I did a little YouTube short video on this high rail O-scale engine house behind me, and I said in that little 60-second short that I'd do a follow-up video on the build of this that Howard Zane and I did together for a client in Maryland, and he's coming to pick it up, so before he takes it home with him, I want to show you some different features of this insane, beautiful piece. Now, this is a Howard Zane design. I fell in love with this thing initially when Howard built me one from downstairs. If you go to my channel, go to my homepage and click on playlist, and you can see custom Zanes from Howard Zane, custom builds on the playlist, or you can see items for sale since we sell these in my playlist. And you scroll down and you're going to see an engine house that looks very similar to this, except it was white with a brown roof. Client wanted a bigger machine shop on this one, a big 9 by 9 inch machine shop, which we did. And as I swing the camera around, you're going to see this is bigger than it actually looks behind me. So initially, we built a couple of these. First, Howard did one in O scale for me. Then we had a client fall in love with it, and Howard made an HO scale one for him. Then Howard and I together built another HO scale one for another client, and then another client, and now we've got this other O scale one too that we just sold, and we could build one for you. Let me show you some features. It's incredibly impressive looking at it. It's about 30 inches long by about 25 inches deep, and it's really tall because did a 45 degree pitch on the roof. And yes, the roof lifts off. The roof lifts off in one big piece. In other words, not only does the main roof, but the machine shed roofs are attached to each other, and they lift right off. Now, this one is lit on the inside, but it is not super detailed on the inside. The owner can do that, him or herself, or for an additional fee, we'd be more than happy to super detail the interior for you and the exterior. This customer just wanted the engine house, and that's exactly what we gave him, the engine house. And there's the one side, and the doors are hinged on a pretty ingenious system, and they will lock when you push them. They literally lock together, and you could just take your finger and unlock them. And haven't put the track or the pits in yet, but it is just real eye candy the way this thing looks. Now, we can do it 2 stalls all the way through, or we can have 2 stalls going in and just 1 stall going out the back. And the customer chose to have 2 going in and to have 1 coming out the back. This is not a landscape base. This is just a basic 1/2 inch gator foam base that we decided to put it on. And it's got a stone, simulated stone foundation. And these doors open up just the way the other ones do, and then lock closed, and then open and then lock closed. And it's LED lit. It's not an inexpensive proposition, folks, but this thing took a tremendous amount of work. This thing took over 50 hours worth of work. And the materials, every single window is hand cut. Nothing is laser cut. Well, the castings, obviously, we buy from Tichy or Granite Line. But all the window openings, these windows were all custom made out of 3 pieces. 2 longer ones and the round piece. And then Howard lined the inside of each window with styrene to set them back. So they're actually set back in the frame, and that gives it a pop that's very nice. Now, this one is not very heavily weathered. If you do want it more heavily weathered, we'd be more than happy to do that for you. Customer wanted very mild weathering on this, and the shingles are hand cut. Cut these, took about 4 hours to cut all these shingles. Tremendous amount of shingle material went into this particular model. And the HO ones we can build can be anywhere from 14 to 18 inches long. Now, you want to keep something in mind. Initially, if you see the video that Howard talked about when he built me my engine house, which is very similar to this except white, I was thinking it would swallow up my Allegheny, which is 30, 35, 33, 34 inches long in O scale. And that would make the building really too long. You don't want to go too long with this design because it's more of a backwoods type engine house more than a industrial type engine house. So we can do this in HO scale for you, or O scale, high rail, 3 rail, or 2 rail O scale. And contact us at alpug1@verizon.net. I'll have the link down. And you too can own an absolutely beautiful engine house. Thanks so much for watching. And again, please subscribe if you haven't done so already, because it helps the channel grow and supports us.